subscribe button.
What is going on, guys? Sasha here from Sasha Tech, and today we are going to be building my first computer. So basically, the story is our family has never had a desktop in our house or family ever. We've only got laptops, and laptops just don't offer the power that I need for editing videos and stuff like that. So we are going to be building the computer today. Let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see, this is going to be an Intel build. And there aren't much things. There's actually no graphics card because graphics cards are an all-time high right now. It's so stupid. So on the right we have an SSD. This is the Sandisk SSD Plus, 240 gigabytes, and it's pretty good as far as I've heard. This is the Gigabyte Gaming H270 Gaming 3 motherboard with some Ballistix RAM. That's 8 gigs, 2 sticks of 4 gigabytes, and an EVGA Supernova 650 power supply, a Intel Core i5 7500, and for all of it to go into, this is the NZXT S340 Elite mid tower. Now the case, I was actually not going to go for the Elite version, but it looked better and I really wanted it, so that's an extra like $30. I really do plan to upgrade this machine, which is basically what this whole part pick out thing is meant for, and let's start building it. Okay, so originally I was not planning on using this case. I was gonna go for a non-elite version, but it looked so cool and I wanted it, so I got it. This power supply I got at Amazon for like half off, and I got this motherboard half off at Micro Center. This was $85, and surprisingly the RAM was the exact same price. The SSD I got at Best Buy, and the processor I got at Micro Center for a really low price too. So first off, let's open the case because this is what I was most excited for, because it looks really cool and I really want it. So let's open this thing. First you cut off the tape because I did that invisibly with my invisible scissors, and then let's just work. There we go.
Later.
And here we go. That's the case. I think it's sideways, so we pull off the foam, because and we flip it on its side. And that's the case. I'm not going to take this plastic stuff out yet until after, just in case, and I don't want to scratch this beautiful body. Just kidding. That's kind of gay. Shh. I'm going to set this aside, like over here.
The next day.
And now all we need right now is the processor, the motherboard, and the RAM. So I guess we start with opening up the motherboard box and taking the motherboard out. And we don't need that or that or that. The I/O shield, keep that over there. The motherboard manual, who needs that? Just kidding. We'll We actually need that, so I'm gonna keep that over here. This is the driver's disc, drivers and utilities. I'll put that aside. A couple SATA cables, we need that, and a G connector, we might need that. And this is the game. It has a sticker that comes with the motherboard, so we always like stickers. And the box. Oh, actually, we need the box. So let's take this out of the plastic and aesthetic plastic wrap and put it on top. And before we keep going, I need to go get my anti-static wristband. Now this is the Insignia PC building kit. I bought it at Best Buy for 25 bucks. It comes with all you need. A screwdriver, a bunch of stuff, and pliers, and anything else you would need. And I think it helps, so I got it. Let's see how it gets used today. I'm going to take out the anti-static wristband first though, because that's what I need. And I'm going to put it on. And I'm going to plug this into the middle caging on my fan down there for some reason. Okay, and now that I am properly grounded, it's time to put the CPU and the RAM into our motherboard. So we'll start by opening up the box for the processor. I am having a huge brain fart today, okay? So now that I'm properly grounded, let's put our CPU into our motherboard. And we shall open the box first. Oh, here we go. So we open the box, and we take out our stuff. There's the manual, we might need that. Here's the processor. And here's the CPU cooler, which I'll be installing in a bit, because I didn't buy a cooler because I'm cheap. And so for this step, we have to put our CPU into the socket, the EVGA 1151 socket. So to start, after grounding yourself with your anti-static wristband, you want to open up the motherboard tray like so. Remove the thing that says remove. Make sure it's all the way opened. And if you look on the processor, there will be a golden triangle at the bottom left in my case, and that should be aligned with the triangle right here on the motherboard, which in this case is actually right here. So when we do so, you just want to pop it in easy, no pressure. Just wiggle it in to make sure everything is seated. Put the latch down and push it down. You might need a lot of force here, but don't get scared. That was our CPU installation. Let's get that out of the way. And now, time for the stock cooler. Yeah, I'm using the stock cooler just because I'm cheap and I don't have any money to buy.
20 minutes later.
Now, this cooler already has thermal paste in it, so I will put that in without having to put any thermal paste on top. So let's get into that. Okay, so installing the stock cooler is super simple. All you need to do is align it with the holes and push it down. Turn these, because it has the turn symbol on them. So now that those are properly turned, Oh, then you want to push them down? I'm so confused. Yeah, and then you want to push them down. Yeah, there you go. We have our processor installed. Nice and tight. So now it's time for our RAM. Today I'm using the Ballistix 8GB kit of 4 gigabytes DDR4 3000 megahertz UDIM 1.35 volts, and has a bunch of other stuff you really don't need to know. You want to open up the thing, take out your RAM, and read the manual to learn which slots to put them in. Okay, so in my case,
Several bad puns later.
I would have to use for channel either I have to use DDR2 and 4, or I should use slots 1 and 3 if I'm adding the second channel, but I'm only doing the first one, so I have to add it into the top 2. So first let me unlock the slots, take the RAM, and it's apparently a foolproof design, so it only goes in one way. So I believe it goes in this way. Push it in and take that. That's a lot of force you need to put in. So again with the second slot, and that's all you gotta do. That's pretty awesome. So now we are ready to go on to our next step, which is putting the whole motherboard inside of our case. Okay guys, so now we have our motherboard ready. It's time to put it inside of our case. Now I didn't take this plastic covering off yet, so because I didn't want to. So I'm just going to take off these standoffs. The thumb screws first. And almost there. So now that those are taken off, I'll put them aside. And then let's turn the case over. Probably should have taken the thumb screws off first. And remove the side panel. Okay, so now that we have our case open and ready to put our motherboard in, we can almost do so, but first we need to get our I/O shield. Yeah, I almost forgot to put on the I/O shield, so open that up, throw away the packaging, and somehow pop it in from the inside. So installing the I/O shield is pretty standard, I guess. So, just pop it in from the inside and hope that it works.
Few inches later.
Pretty straightforward. Yeah, just push it in and then push it in while holding the case down, and then use one finger to push the I/O shield out and the thing in. So now we can put our motherboard in. Okay, so now that we are ready to put our motherboard into our case, we shall do so. We just want to take our motherboard that we have prepared and pop it in. This is kind of scary. Wow. Like so. Make sure that your I/O is in your I/O shield. There we go. Just push it in so now it's snapped. And that point right there is really helpful because it holds your motherboard in place while you find the screws. Where did I put the screws? Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. The screws are inside of the case. So you probably want to take those out first.
A few moments later.
Take that out, and here are the stuff we're looking for. And here are our 632 flat screws and hexagon screws. So now we want to take our hexagonal screws out of the plastic bag they came in and get your screwdriver ready. Like so. Move all of these out of the way and start screwing them in one by one, because I'm pretty sure one by one's the only way to go. Okay, so now that our motherboard is secured, I only had to use the 6-32 screw hexagon version and the flat version. I don't know why I don't include a lot of hexagon versions, but now the motherboard is installed. Okay guys, so I'm out here editing the video and it has got really long, so I'm afraid that's going to have to be part 1 of part 2, no, part 1 of 2. So I hope you enjoyed this one. So hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button if you want to be the first to know when the next video does come out. It'll be really soon, I promise. But so yeah, just take a break from watching this video and come watch the next video when it comes out. And thumbs up, hit that thumbs up button. The next one's coming up, okay? So yeah. So to do so, you pop it in and now you're done. Now you take your RAM, boom, now you're done. Just kidding. That was a joke.